Jack Daddy, knowledge supreme. Bobby ain't one, meet mountain dream lord. Scuba camera haunting our show. Together we reveal the fear we bestow. Jump scares and monsters looking in the dark. Gore and more team ready to embark. Thrills and chills, we embrace them all.
What's going on, Gorehounds? And welcome to another fantastic episode of the Gore More Podcast. I'm your not so mean fluff Master Supreme, Big Johnny D, bringing the shit show in. However, I don't bring the shit show in alone. For with me, as always, are my beloved horror homies. Starting off, we have our Dark Lord of Knowledge, that Chad Daddy, all the way down from the Chattahoochee, Mr. Chad Chrisman.
What's up, bitches? Pardon me while I share away.
Share. And if anybody's listening, whatever, share. That'd be awesome, too. And we have the Duke of the Dead, the host with the Ghost Lord Scuba Cabra, Mr. Steve Vasquez.
Buenos dias.
What's going on, sir? All right. We are a little short today. We are missing our beloved Meat Mountain, Mr. Baba Amone, but it is his B-Day. So
yes, it is.
Happy 31st, I believe.
Yes, it is.
Happy 31st, Mr. Baba Amone. So, Scuba, if you want to throw up the honorary.
Well, before we do that, Bobby, since it is your birthday, I made you a little something at the request of Chad Daddy.
Well,
happy birthday, Bobby.
In the audience tonight.
Sí, Willy. Cantamos.
It's your birthday, and we want you to have fun. It's your birthday, so let's party, everyone. It's your birthday, and we want you to have fun.
Yeah, happy birthday, Bobby.
Man. Happy birthday, Roberto.
So funny things the other day, we were sitting there trying to find something to watch, and I'm looking at stuff on Amazon Prime. I'm like, I kind of want to watch Willy's Wonderland again.
Yeah.
Dude, I do too.
What's going on, Shadow?
What do we got? Oh, we got somebody.
What's up?
Shadow? Hell yeah. All right. So yeah, today we are talking 1991's Body Parts. And what is today? Today is the 12th of August 2024. We are, almost midway through August. Summer's pretty much getting close to done.
Yeah, it's basically over. That. I don't know about you guys. My kids get back to school. Well, it's Scoobs. Your kids are out of school.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, all of my friends were posting their kids went back to school today, and I'm like, I can't relate. Not yet. Not again.
Give it 5 more years.
5 more years. And well, I mean, but even then, I think
years.
we're gonna homeschool Charlie. So
yeah, good for you. Hell yeah. What's up, Gene? How you doing, sir?
But how much more time do you have till y'all's kids go back to school?
Next week.
Our school around here doesn't start till after Labor Day. So
oh wow.
Yeah. So she's got a couple more weeks. But yeah, it's kind of weird, but you know what, man? The spirit stores are open. It's getting a little cooler. It feels a little autumny in the air. If I
can't relate, guys. Can't fucking relate.
Scoops, I gotta say it dropped down into the like mid 60s today, and there was a fucking like super cool breeze. It smelled fucking great.
I don't know, man. It was beautiful here today.
See, when it drops to the 60s, that's when we bust out our fucking thick coats because it's cold for us down here.
Yeah. Well, see, I'm the wrong person to talk to on that because I will wear a hoodie all the way up to like 10-degree weather. And then I'll be like, all right, it's time for a coat. Yeah. Where most people are like, no, I need coats. And I'm like, nah, man, that's just too much shit. I don't want to bring that at all. Fuck that.
They're on the East
coat
Coast
over top of hoodie.
I'm good with a hoodie, man. I'll just wear a flannel under the hoodie as a normal shirt.
Well, see, I'll wear my flannels because I wear my flannels year round, whatever. But then I'll throw on like a hoodie or something with like my vest and then my hoodie, and that's it. But
what up, Steph? Hell yeah!
But I love winter.
Hey, there's my hot wife,
Stephanie.
I know. See, I give you props, man, because you be in Texas and you're wearing flannels all the fucking time, and I'm just I be sweating my ass off, man.
But like I said, these flannels aren't regular flannels. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, but you also wear jeans too, dude, where I never wear jeans ever. So
I wear them for work and then that's about it.
I know, dude. That's going to be the worst part of my new job. I'm going to have to wear pants. Like, fuck.
Shadow says 94 degrees here. I feel my ass sticking to my chair. I can relate. I don't know what it is. Oh, it's 90 right now. It's cooled down a little bit. We had
I'm
a
sorry,
heat advisory.
Shadow. That
Where you from, Shadow? By the way,
is he Texas maybe too as well?
Mm-mm.
No,
I think he's in Cali or Arizona.
word. All right. Well, before we talk this movie, which is a Brody Kane pick, by the way. What's up, California? Nice to hear you, everybody from the other side. Before we talk that, we're going to talk about what we possibly did in this last weekend. So, Mr. Vasquez, if you're feeling up to it, homie.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for your Slice of Life.
Yeah, buddy.
Felt good.
That sounded good.
that was fantastic.
Chad Eddie, balls in your court, buddy. How was your
All right.
weekend?
It was pretty damn good, So Thursday I came home from work, and keep in mind my Friday is my Saturday. I get a 3-day weekend, so Friday starts my weekend. So Thursday I came home, and Steph's best friend Sarah was here with her kids, and she has 4 kids, and we have 3 kids. So it's a pretty crowded, rowdy house.
Okay.
So we hung out for a little bit. So Sarah's been really wanting to come over because she has really wanted to watch the new Godzilla vs. Kong. So we finally got to watch that. I watched it again. It was the first time for her watching it. And everybody loved it. I still think it's a great film. It's still fun.
What is that again? Sorry.
The new Godzilla Kong.
Godzilla.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, great
That was
movie.
that was a full pop. You know what? I actually dare say it might be better than Godzilla versus Kong.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
It's
Absolutely.
way more fun.
Because
Mhm.
to me, like the group of characters in that movie were just a way more enjoyable, like group of people to be around. I still didn't give necessarily a shit about them, but like,
I got a kick out of the veterinarian dude. I really liked him.
oh, dude, he was fantastic. He was just Ace Ventura, but like macho. You know?
Kinda, yeah.
There's rumors that he's the one that's going to pilot Jet Jaguar.
Oh, interesting. But see, like, I was over the angsty teen thing in the other one where I was just like, I don't care for this plot at all. Whatever.
Yeah, go away, Stranger Things.
Yeah. Thank
she
you.
She didn't really contribute much to the movie at all.
Not that one. She was fine in the one before that.
Yeah.
That worked for that one, but there was no reason to really care. Now,
I think they were like, you know what? We signed her to a 2-picture deal. We got to shoehorn her in here somewhere.
yeah. Now the podcast dude, I'm glad they kept him because he was a good like continuation from the last one as well and shit like that. I know we get so distracted. It's
Yeah.
Hey, we have time to be distracted today because I don't have a lot of behind the scenes shit for this movie. So I got like 1 page.
hell yeah. So anyway, so you watched that movie this weekend?
Yeah, then Friday just hung out, did a little housework, and then Saturday I finally got to go see Deadpool and Wolverine with Mr. Gene Smith and his mom. We had a great time.
Yeah, awesome.
Loved the movie. I mean, we could probably go into a little spoilery territory.
It's
Why
been
don't
enough time. We'll
Listen,
get
we
into
could
it in
you-
nerd news.
Yeah, that's just going to
Oh,
save it to
perfect.
the end.
Yeah.
We can talk about our thoughts on Deadpool Wolverine. Then we went out to eat at this nice little Mexican restaurant on the way back.
Nice.
None of us had ever been there, so it was new for us. And I had the chilaquiles, fucking fantastic,
Ooh.
with shredded beef. Oh, they were so good. And there was so much there. Dude, I could eat half of it, and I was so full. And that was the only thing I ate that day. I brought it home to Steph and like, here, you finish these. Like, I don't have the room for these. So if you never had them, Big Johnny D, they're so good.
I don't know if I have, but I'm always down to try.
Yeah. And then let's see, Sunday just kind of hung around the house. Oh yeah, and Sunday I finally had to break down and mow the damn yard for the first time in like a month.
You motherfucker, dude. I wish.
Ugh. I had to.
That shit's like weekly for us. No matter. Maybe like at most I could skip a week. There's no way I'm skipping 2.
You must get more rain than us because we didn't have rain for weeks and it was like dead.
Yeah, I don't know about you lately, man, but we've been getting fucking hammered because of that hurricane or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, we got a good bit. Not like you guys got, but we got a good bit.
Oh my god, dude! Like we've had all like fucking flash flood warnings across the state and shit. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it stayed mostly east of us, so it came and hit you guys instead.
Well, I'm glad you got to enjoy the movie finally, homie. After 2 weeks of almost avoiding spoilers.
Yeah.
The funny thing is that I saw it in the exact same theater I saw the first Deadpool in
Titties.
when me and my friends left work
Is that
to go see it.
2014?
2016.
2016. Okay. Apologies.
And as I remember correctly, I didn't see that until the third week it was released because we had to keep putting it off and putting it off because different people being at work, like bigger, higher ups, and we're like, you know what? They probably don't want us leaving work early just to go to a movie.
They don't
So
need to know why you're leaving work.
Yeah.
They
Oh, that's
never need to know why you're leaving work.
It was so funny because we left the day we left. We all had, PTO time saved up, so we took a half day. And the one dude, his name is Josh. He's walking out. And he made up this story. Told our boss, he's like, my wife's car broke down. I got to go help her. Blah blah blah. And Reed's like, yeah, okay, fine, whatever. Then we're walking out. We look at him, Reed, like, see you, Reed. We're going to see Deadpool. He's like, did you guys get all your work done? Like, yep. All right, have fun, boys.
Nice.
Hell yeah, and that's how it should be.
Oh, Josh got in some serious trouble for lying about why he was leaving.
Per the
Just
boss
told
or
the
per his
truth.
wife?
The boss.
Oh.
Yeah, he was not. The boss didn't take too kindly to that.
Yeah.
I mean, we were truthful. It looks like we're going to see Deadpool. You want to come? He's like,
I'd be
nah,
fucking
but-
honest as shit too, man. I'm like, yo, if it's my time that I fucking earned, fuck
Hell
off, dude. I put it in. See ya.
I mean, at that point, I'd been there almost 15 years. I'm just, what are they going to do? Fire me?
Exactly. Nice.
So yeah, that's about all I did. Then Sunday, like I said, did the yard work and stuff, and then watched this movie that we're going to trudge our way through eventually. So, Scuba Steve, how about you, brother?
Well, what I do this weekend? Let's see. I didn't do a goddamn thing again. I did nothing. Zero.
Nice.
I didn't go anywhere. I didn't do anything. I played Helldivers.
Me too.
Yeah. I tried to play as much as I could. Mel worked Friday night and then Saturday during the day. So we just kind of hung out. Sam leaves Wednesday to go finally move to San Antonio with her mom. So we've just been kind of hanging out with her. I'm taking the day off tomorrow to spend time with her because Wednesday I can't take off of work because I have a presentation I have to go give at the county jail. So I can't take that day off, unfortunately. So I won't be here when she leaves, and I am just devastated because my baby's leaving me, and it's the first time in her whole 18 years on this planet that she will be away from me. So
Oh man.
a little bit
Big
nervous.
change.
Yeah,
Big change for both of y'all.
yeah, but I mean, she's gonna be with her mom, so that's where like
Yeah, so that's
at,
good.
at least she's not going up there moving with friends or people that I don't know. Granted, I'm still like, fuck, her and her mom bump heads all the damn time, but she hasn't lived with her mom in like going on 3 years now at this point. So hopefully they've both matured a little bit enough that they can coexist in the same habitat.
You know what, man? And even if they can't, it's gonna be some learning lessons. That's all.
Yeah, because I told her, hey, you can go. I love you to death. Go live your life, start your life, go to school, do what you're gonna do. But just know that as soon as you leave Wednesday, I'm coming home and I'm turning your room into my streaming room.
Yeah, Scoop's
So
gonna have
next-
his own streaming.
So
room.
next Monday, hopefully, I will be fully set up in my brand new streaming room.
No shit. Nice,
Yeah.
dude.
And then Saturday or Sunday, what did we do? Oh, Sunday we were dealing with Mel's car breaking down. So my car broke down. Catalytic converter is obviously clogged. Like it's driving like shit. And it had been driving like shit, but I was like, you know what? It drives fine enough for me to get to work and back. I don't work that far from home. But it got to the point where I was stepping on the gas and it was hesitating and sounded like it wanted to shut off. So I was like, you know what? I'm not driving it. So I started taking Mel's car. And then yesterday I woke up and was going to go to Walmart to go buy some apple cider vinegar because I was going to smoke some meats for Sam, and got in the car and it was driving funny. So I turned back around, came home, dropped the car off and said, I'm going to call a mechanic. Don't drive the car anywhere. So I walk inside. Mel walks in, grabs her keys. I think she's going to the car just to go get something from the car. No. Miss Bright Eyes, love of my life, decides to drive the car to AutoZone herself. AutoZone's it's about 3-4 miles away. Not that far. But I said, don't drive the car because it's fucking up. Like it's not going to start again. She gets to AutoZone, turns it off. Damn thing won't start. So instead of calling me, she calls a mechanic. Random person she found online. Guy charges her $125 to change the crankshaft sensor and the crankshaft. And I'm like, there's no way he changed the entire crankshaft in the middle of the AutoZone parking lot. But whatever. If you say he did it, that's what he did. Turns out it wasn't none of that. And now the car wouldn't power on at all. So they're there all day trying to figure out what the hell's wrong with the car. I'm kicking back at home with Charlie, making sure the ribs and the sausage that I'm making are coming out good. She finally gets home, left the car there overnight. She goes back today. Can't figure out what's wrong with the car. I got a guy working on the car right now. So hopefully by the end of the podcast, the car's up and running. We did get to watch this movie last night. And yeah, we'll talk about that here in a bit. Big Johnny D, tell us what you did this weekend, baby.
Oh man, so let's see. Saturday we hung out with some friends so the daughter can have a play date, and I was just chilled the fucking day, did some grilling, shot some BB guns, did a little swimming, all that good shit. In horror news, as for this weekend, I did watch a newer movie that I've been really meaning to watch, and I'm fucking super glad I did get to see it. I finally watched In a Violent Nature, and I gotta say, man, like, quick review without any spoilers or anything like that, I solidly enjoyed it because I'm a huge slasher fan, and I say that also doing this podcast for a long time, like dissecting movies and shit, it's become it's become fun to just do that, right? So right off the bat, showing this movie to any like generalized horror fan, they're gonna be bored off their fucking ass. I won't even lie to you. And if you are not into like, I'm not saying it's like a think piece by any means, it's not. It's just they take your standardized slasher and construct it from a different point of view. It's all there. It all works beautifully too, like how it does it. But it's also like a very tranquil ASMR dude walking through the woods like video for like an hour and a half in the best way. Because what's up, Sean? Think about like what. All right, it's a Jason movie. Like that's literally what it fucking is. There's no like shying around it. But think about Jason's like daytime, nighttime leisures. Like, what is he doing 93% of the time? He's just walking through the fucking woods. And then he gets like these super moments where he can be like, all right, I can get this super kill. And then it's like, all right, now back to the next thing. And that's what this movie is, man. But it just does it in a very like simple tone. There's like no music in it. There's no score or anything. So it's all just nature audio.
So it's like Blair Witch.
Yeah, but not shot. It's not cam style. It's like if you stuck a third person camera video or like video game style on Jason, and just like that's what it is most of the time. But the kills are fucking awesome. The plot is whatever, and honestly, the story's so rich, dude. Like they talk about moments where like this isn't even the first one of his. Like if this was a series, like a Friday the 13th, this isn't Friday the 13th 1 you're watching. This is like 3 or 4 at this point, because you hear about all these other like backstories and shit. You're like, this is fucking awesome, and which is great because they announced a sequel this weekend too, so or prequel. I'm not sure. But I highly suggest either checking it out or maybe we could throw it on the list. I know Brody really enjoys it too. I actually watched it twice over the weekend. I liked it so much.
Damn.
Do not if you are interested though, I will say, like I said, it's a slow paced movie, but it's meant to be slow paced, right? Like you got to take that for what it is. But also don't watch it sleepy, even if you're in like. I would suggest that with. I know
Chad's gonna fall asleep either way.
Listen,
Yeah.
The best time to watch a movie,
joke.
honest to God, if you ever can, is right when you wake up early in the morning, dude. Especially if like the rest of your family's still asleep and shit. If you get that dad 5 o'clock in the morning like wake up, that's like the best time. You are the most alert. You can take that movie in 100%.
Dude, I'm gonna have my Fridays back where it's just me. Because Steph's going back to work at the school, and the kids are going to be at school. There's going to be me and Chloe stays in her room and does her schoolwork. So Friday, it's like all me. Like I can watch all sorts of scary shit.
Hell yeah.
Anything.
Nice. That means the Shutter account's coming back in order.
Oh yeah. Well, no,
right.
Shudder really doesn't have a whole lot for me.
I was cruising it this weekend. There was a lot of shit I wanted to watch. I just never get a chance to.
Yeah.
But other than that, so yeah, I watched that movie. Like Scoops, I was playing Helldivers because new update came out, and I got the new. Spend another $10 because I had to get that new fucking Warbound because
oh shit,
I
sorry.
love it.
I started playing a new game this weekend too. It's called Evil West.
Yeah, how is that? I have that downloaded.
It
on
is
Xbox.
fucking fun.
All right,
dude. If you've ever played Devil May Cry, the gameplay is almost is very similar to that. It's really fun.
Okay, no, it looked like I downloaded it because it was in Game Pass, and I was like, been looking at that for a minute.
Yeah, it's on the PlayStation Plus store. I was like, oh, that looks kind of cool, and it's fun as fuck. It's nice and gory. It's like think of it like an Evil Dead meets a Western, and it plays like I said, like Devil May Cry.
Titties.
Yeah.
All right. I'll have to jump into that. Dude, I'm like gambling so many. I got MK right now with that new shit. And now Helldivers again, which I haven't touched in like 2 months. So I'm like, dust that off. And then let's see. Oh, yeah. So Sunday I didn't do shit because I fucking worked in the morning, made that OT, and came home, took a little snoozer, did some more hell diving, and then watched this fucking movie to which I am ready to talk about right now. So that is 1991's Body Parts. Once again, this is a Brody Kane pick. Chad Daddy, you want to cover the plot, homie?
I would be delighted. Body Parts, released August 2nd, 1991. Bill Cruikshank is a criminal psychologist who loses his arm and nearly his life in a grisly car accident. A daring medical operation follows in which a donor's arm is successfully grafted onto Bill's body. But after the operation, the arm starts to take on a violent life of its own, striking out against Bill's wife and children. Consumed by fears about his right, we didn't get angry hand jobs. I was waiting for that.
Right, consumed like it's like it'd be like the ultimate stranger. It'd be like, wow, bro.
I told Mel, I said that'd be
what's
fucking
up, Kaylee?
Weird.
Hey, Kaylee.
That would be so weird if I had somebody else's arm and I went to like finger blast you. Like, does that count as cheating?
See,
and that happened in the movie.
I thought about that too, but I'm at the same time, it's like, yo, dude, if you jerk yourself off. Is it gay because it's another man's arm?
Yes.
Like, what's going on here, bro?
Yes, like, it is. That's the friendly stranger times 1,000.
Or no, what is that? That's like what is it? The Dutch rudder. The Dutch rudder. It's like yeah, but it's like the weirdly like uncomplex version of the Dutch or overly complex version of the Dutch rudder.
Oh shit!
Consumed by fears about his dangerous behavior, Bill is driven to learn the donor's identity, a horrifying discovery that delivers him into a world of unimaginable terror. Directed by Eric Red, Undertow, Bad Moon. Written by Eric Red, The Hitcher, Near Dark, and Norman Snyder, Dead Ringers, Casino Jack. Produced by Frank Mancuso Jr., Friday the 13th, Part 3, and Species. Starring... Who wants to take the starring?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll take it. All right. Starring Jeff Fahey, the Lawnmower Man, Machete, as Bill Cruikshank. Brad Dourif, Child's Play, Dune, as Remo Lacey. Kim Delaney, NYPD Blue, Darkman 2, Return of Durant, as Karen Cruikshank. Zakes Moke, The Serpent in the Rainbow, Waterworld, as Detective Sawchuck, horrible actor. Lindsay Duncan, Gifted, Alice in Wonderland, as Dr. Agatha Webb. Paul Ben Victor, True Romance, Tombstone, as Ray Kohlberg. Peter Murnick, Armageddon, Mindhunter, as Mark Draper. Josh Walsh, Scanners 2, The New Order, FX2, as Charlie Fletcher. Total body count, 5.
Yeah.
Johnny?
What's up? And Kaylee, what's up? We need to have you on again.
Everybody.
It's been a fucking minute, dude. And
we
got some new people in here.
Yeah, Zachary. How's it going on, Zach?
Yeah, what's up, guys?
Thank you all for joining us. Fantastic. All right. Let me take this over here. Music by Loic Dicker. Is that correct? Dick Licker. All right. Iris and the Babysitter. I need to watch that actually. That's the Netflix one, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Word.
I think. I don't know.
Cinematography by Theo Van de Sunday. Blade. Fantastic. And Grown Ups. Also fantastic.
I love that fucking movie.
Edited by Anthony Redman, Body Snatchers, Highlander 2, The Quickening. Effects and makeup by David Neal. I'm going to fucking butcher this. Trifunovic.
Trifunovic.
Shanghai Noon and The Shape of Water, distributed by Paramount Pictures. Runtime of 88 minutes. Rating R. Budget 10 million. Grossed 9.2. Wow. Well,
So first, I think we need to discuss the fact that all of us started watching the wrong fucking movie.
yes. So, fantastic. Go ahead, Chad. You take it right away. How you
Okay,
even
so
discovered
if you run, I figured this out. If you run a search for it, I looked for it on Roku, and it pops up on Freevee for free, and then it pops up on your normal rental sites, Apple TV, Prime, everything, Vudu. So it pops up there, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch the free version because who doesn't want to watch a free movie, right?
Yeah, free.
So I
Right.
sit down and I start watching it, and immediately it says, Trauma Pictures presents. I'm like, And then it goes on, and you can tell the video quality is like ripped straight from a fucking VHS because it even has the tracking lines.
Yes.
And it goes, the first thing it shows, it says something like club body parts. And I'm like, I don't think this is the right movie. I said, but just in case it is, I want to see if I can find a better copy. I'll pay for it because I don't want to sit here and watch this garbage. And it's bad enough. So I find it on Amazon. And it was like $4.29 to rent in high def. Sure, no problem. And I start watching it, and it is a completely different opening. It's the right one. So
Yes.
whatever's on Freevee, and you guys have even said, and Gene said, it comes up the right movie.
Correct. The correct movie title.
Actors,
Yeah,
everything.
Yeah, actually, they're the same titles.
Yeah.
So, because you can also rent that Trauma body parts on Amazon as well. It actually just shows up right below it if you look for them all.
Yeah. So if you look for the free one, it's going to show you a completely different movie that could potentially be better than what we saw because what we saw very mid, and that's being generous.
And you know what? It's sad because it could have been fantastic given the cast we had.
Right?
Because the acting wise, solid, right? And fuck it, dude, we're here right now, so let's discuss anyway. So this movie, I've never seen it. I don't believe you boys either have. This has been a first time watch for all of us.
Yep.
And I'm sorry if this is from Chad Daddy's notes a little later, but there were some scenes cut from this movie that desperately needed to be put in this movie.
Yes.
Why the fuck they were cut, I'm sure there's some bullshit fucking reasons. But here's the thing, man. If this is a rated R fucking movie, give us the rated R stuff.
Yeah. Give us the gore.
Right.
We
There's
can
not even much gore.
No,
That's
at
really
all.
cut out. There's some cool stuff, but I would never consider it gore per like what we're used to in these days standards by any fucking means.
Mm-hmm.
But the car crash, right? Like I'm sure in the vision we all watched, that shit ended very abruptly. We were supposed to see a whole extra scene of it pan out, and you actually see his dislocated arm still like moving around a little bit, and then like a truck fucking smushes it over, and like yeah, right, like that would have added some fucking like gravitas to that scene. You're like, oh fuck, but dude, if you don't read the synopsis or anything, you don't have any idea what the fuck's going on. You don't know his arm's dislocated at this point or anything, right? Not until we get to the surgery fucking hall.
I mean, and he just flies out the fucking windshield, and then we're in the hospital. You know what I mean?
By the way, that defies the laws of physics. If you're hit from the rear end, you don't go flying out the front. You go backwards.
Yeah.
Not only that, especially if you have a seatbelt on, which apparently he did not in that scene. I don't fucking know.
Well, it was like I told Mel, she's like, he wasn't wearing a seatbelt. I said it was the 90s.
Yeah, but in every other scene he was, unless he just learned his lesson. Maybe that's what it was.
So Shadow Gamer asked if the editor was Ryan Seacrest. Okay, the guy that edited this also edited Highlander 2: The Quickening. So what's that say?
There you go.
It's possible. And which body snatchers? The 90s body snatchers?
Yeah, the one we liked.
Oh, it wasn't bad. I still prefer the 70s ones, I think.
Yeah, how can you
The
not?
90s, wait, the 90s one was the military complex, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that was still pretty good. All right. So we get started out with our main guy here, and he is a psychiatrist,
Something like that. One of the two.
Criminal.
I think it's psychologist.
Yeah,
I think it's
criminal
psychologist.
Yeah.
Thank you, boys. And he's dealing with a inmate who has life, and we can see we get his like general bullshit. Like, okay, this is his life. This is his family. Ha 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 ha. And yeah. Well, listen, that's all the boring shit, right? Like nothing really like crazy happens because we're just like, yo, man, when's he lose his fucking arm, right? Like that's the whole point of the movie. So the dude loses his arm. We get some cool like body modification showing with like his arm like all fucked up and everything when we first see it and like they first put on. Plus, we get a decapitation actually right before that, which was kind of like, I don't know if you guys were confused as I was, but I was just like, wait, I thought they were cutting off his fucking arm.
Yeah. I was thinking that too, and then it's like they executed this. He was a prisoner that they executed. You find out later, and like it's a really strange fucking way to execute someone, but it comes into play again later.
It does come full circle. It does come back around.
But stupidly. Like
Yes.
it wasn't even like a cool way for it to fucking come full circle. And I don't know about you guys.
I was hoping for something
that.
I was hoping for something a little bit more supernatural-esque on top.
Yes,
of it as well.
yes, because man, the premise of this. Okay, cool. It would have worked if there was a supernatural aspect to it. I think it would have worked better. But the way that it was, oh, my arm has a mind of its own. How? What do you fucking mean? Then we find out that the dude's not even fucking dead. So what is he doing? Controlling his body parts from the other fucking body that his head was attached to?
Yes.
Somehow, yes.
It's phantom limb syndrome, but he doesn't
know.
have phantom limbs because they still exist.
It was so...
like when people shoot their pinky off and they're like, oh, it still feels like it's there. Like,
okay, so I do want to talk about that. Like, okay, so that was the biggest, weirdest plot hole ever. Okay, so yeah, they cut off his head to execute him, but apparently they grafted onto another body, right? So he's still alive.
why?
Why the fuck is he trying to get his other body parts back? He has a body. I didn't understand that.
I don't know that either, unless for some reason it like makes him stronger. I don't.
You know what? You know what bugged me? Whose body was his head on?
Yeah.
Where's that other fucking head?
That was just a straight cadaver body, but it was still good enough for the head because I guess the head must have been still alive enough. Which, you know what? Let's pause that. I actually questioned this movie because, like, okay, listen. Some movies are completely out of reality, and we could all admit to that, right? Like,
yes.
If you know, but this one feels like it's trying to be like kind of almost scientific and based in reality. So I looked up, can you do an arm transplant surgery? And you fucking can, as well as leg transplant surgeries, to which I did not know. So maybe I'm the stupid one here, but I actually thought that was kind of like, oh, wow, that's cool that they actually can do that.
We can probably do it now, but in 91, I don't think that was possible.
Well, I think that was the point.
Well, no, but that's what, right. But in 91, this is where they theoretically started like trying to do that process. Yeah, now it's like something that's more common, but I wanted to see if it was even physically possible. Because like if it wasn't, I'd be like, all right, this.
See, I was sitting there watching it. I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, what kind of microsurgeries would they have to be doing to like reattach, the blood vessels and nerves? Would the bone marrow in the donor arm mix with your DNA, and then you just your total genetic makeup would change? Because the bone marrow in that arm would still have the host body's
it would
DNA.
It would still have his DNA.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd want to have like a jacked black man's arm.
Yeah, that
just
would
like
jerk yourself. Wait, never mind.
And then I'd be like, "Yo, I'm the original Winter Soldier, bitch!" Like, no, fucking A, dude. Yeah, I don't know, man. This movie I felt like it could have hit it, but it just didn't, man. And
it could have been so much more. Yes,
I wanted the more like, or maybe this is what I was kind of expecting of like the supernatural, like the dude's soul somehow actually starts. Like we kind of got it. Like it starts taking him over, but like maybe it does it in like the sleepwalking style. You know what I mean? Where he starts doing shit at night that he's realizing he's not fucking doing.
That's what I wanted, more of a build up into like a descent into madness. Like it's
a little bit.
Yeah. Like you see him, he hits his son after they're wrestling around.
Which,
and then
you know what? This is 1991. I don't really feel like it's that far out.
Yeah,
of
it
the
wasn't
realm of
that
possibility.
bad.
Yeah,
like,
his wife definitely overreacted to that.
Yeah, for the time
Yeah.
being, like, I mean, granted they were playing, but maybe you kicked him in the balls, dude. She doesn't know what that feels like.
I got hit by my dad many a times in 91.
Anyways, but yeah, you were saying Chad Daddy, like,
But then it's like, it kind of seems like not much happens, and then he chokes his wife in his sleep.
in his sleep. We got to
In his
add
sleep.
that it wasn't. He wasn't conscious.
If that would have happened in my bed, I'd have got some booty.
I was thinking that.
First of all,
if
first
my
of all,
woman- most
you
women
are
are gonna be into that.
You are talking 2024 versus 1991.
I'm just saying, if I had a
That's foreplay.
grafted arm and it started in her sleep choking her, she ain't waking up freaking out. She's waking up going, ooh.
Yeah, but
What
then
do
you'd be
you
like, "Girl,
want?"
that ain't my fingers. Cut it out."
You only want the other man's hand.
Oh man, that would be weirdly if you got jealous of
That's
your
what I'm
other
saying.
hand. Like,
It'd
you're like,
be so-
She's like,
You
"Ooh,
only
it
like
feels so-
him.
but
Look,
it feels
you
so much
only like-
better now.
but hold on. You say that jokingly, but that would have
No,
been
but it's
No,
that's a,
But
exactly.
I'm saying that would have been a good fucking plot point in this movie. Show him
okay.
going into like a maddening descent, not just because he has somebody else's arm, but to start thinking that, oh, well, she likes this arm better. Add more to the fucking craziness that could happen because you have somebody else's fucking body part.
See, Shadow knows what's up, dude.
See, exactly, Shadow. You fucking know. But it just, I don't know, man. And even the scene.
She just wakes up and she goes, "Daddy."
Exactly. No, she doesn't call me daddy. She calls me Zaddy with the Z. But no, that'd be weird if she called me that. It'd be so fucking weird. But even the guy with the legs, that scene where the car takes off and he's having trouble, that was an okay scene. I got that. That was cool.
I
But
liked that.
wanted to see more. Like the legs trying to kill him. Like they could have done a scene where he's like walking on the sidewalk and then fucking accidentally walks into traffic or some shit. Show that he's having serious issues, just like Jeff Fahey's character is having these
And like
weird
he randomly
issues.
roundhouse kicks a stranger.
Yeah, and Brad
I was
Dourif's
waiting for
character.
that moment,
Yeah,
dude.
that would have been great too. Like
I want to talk about the guy with the leg transplant because we need to address the fact that he is great value Channing Tatum.
he is great value. God damn it! I'm so glad you fucking said that because I thought that last night and I was gonna message in the group
Is
chat
he?
and say,
Now I gotta look at
Did
him.
anybody
'cause-
did anybody notice that he's a great value Channing Tatum? I swear to God, I was gonna say that shit in the chat last night.
Now I gotta look him up.
But so
Mark Draper.
I just would have liked it to been fleshed out a little bit more to make it more terrifying that they have these body parts that are all doing these weird things, especially Brad Dourif's character. You know, you have Brad Dourif. He's such a great fucking actor, and he was just kind of wasted.
Oh,
in
he was
this
totally
role.
wasted in this.
It was but I did like when they were drinking at the bar and he was laughing. I'm like, Chucky.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
kinda
I
Channing
caught that too. I was sitting there. See, but yeah, I should ask Stephanie, you know who that is? He's like, no, like that's Chucky, and then he laughs like that in the bar. I'm like, see, that's that Chucky laugh right there.
That was that fucking Chucky laugh.
Yes,
right
he gave us that a little bit. Yo, this motherfucker was on Seinfeld.
Who did he play on Seinfeld?
He was the detective that thought Kramer was a fucking
I thought he
was-
looked familiar.
Oh God.
Yes.
where he thought Kramer was the killer. From
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
Thing.
Oh shit. I fucking love those episodes.
that was a two-parter one too.
Yeah, it was.
Sorry. Super fucking another Seinfeld sidebar on the Gore More podcast.
Watch. Honey. Okay. Say I had my arm ripped off and they reattached it with somebody else's arm, right?
Mhm.
And it's the middle of the night and I start choking you in your sleep. What's your reaction?
Can you go harder?
Thank you. Thank
She's
you.
She's
Don't
honest.
give us your freak-
I love it.
She's honest. That's all good. Fucking A, man. I don't know, like this. I'm not saying like I hated this movie. I was just kind of bored with it.
It
man.
was-
They were just
Yeah.
It had such great potential. It did. And especially, like I said, it was a wasted cast. Like you have Jeff Fahey, you have Brad Dourif, like Kim Delaney, like Jesus Christ. It could have been so much more. And I feel like it just fell flat. And there was a lot of times where I was bored, especially because We didn't get no fucking kills, like any like seriously like crazy kills until like way fucking later.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and great value. Channing Tatum was killed off screen.
Right, like I mean, we see the gore of his legs
Yeah, you see
ripped
that.
off and off. So,
Which
like,
was cool. That was a cool scene.
yeah, like I'm okay with
but
that.
I want to see the legs coming off.
Same.
I mean, we
like-
did see Chucky's arm getting ripped off.
Which, by the way, that ripped off way too easily.
Yeah, dude, like the stitching wasn't fully like done or something.
Yeah,
like
that
at
was
that
like
point,
they just freshly fucking stitched it and it just like whoop.
But you know, hey, whatever. It's, you know what, they don't. You brought up the fact of why he's even chasing his body parts, and now I'm like, man, I never even thought of that. But yeah, why
he
the
had a whole
fuck
new.
is he?
He had a whole new fucking body. Why are you chasing your body parts? Like, okay, cool. You want your body back. You want to be in your body. But that's a whole other angle that we could have seen as well. It driving him crazy that his fucking head is on somebody else's fucking body. Because I know if that shit was fucking, you were able to fucking put my head on somebody else's body, that would be something that fucking drove me crazy. Like,
Shadow wants to know, did they say whoever got the D? You kind of.
So they did save the D. The doctor saved the D, but then it gets killed by our main guy.
Yeah, because it was still in the torso. Because if you look closely, it had a fucking catheter.
Yep.
Yeah.
So she was keeping the D alive. See, now this is where my wife had a good idea as we were going. She thought maybe the doctor was going to turn out to be like some like ex-lover or something of this convict. And even though they like, you know what I mean? Like, so she was trying to like almost like Frankenstein him, keep him alive kind of a thing, which I was like, you know what? That would even make sense.
But that was never explained why she was so obsessed with.
She was just obsessed with her work. I think
she got
she's
Nobel
just
Peace Prize.
She is just like, she does not give a flying fuck about anything else except for her work, and nobody will undo her work. Like, that is just her drive, her own thing, which, you know, it works, I guess. It took me a second to kind of just get that, because I figured there was an ulterior motive as well, but it was not. Chad Daddy, you look like you want to say something.
No, I'm just sitting there trying to soak it on. It's like, it really didn't explain too much as to why she was. I mean, I get it, like, you know, trying to save her work, but why was she helping the murderer?
Yeah, like, I mean, I get she's like really patting herself on the back. She's like, I fucking did a head transplant, motherfucker. So like, I get it, you know, that's some talking points for sure. But you think you'd still like keep that motherfucker under lock?
But
Yeah,
even
something.
Yeah, especially because he's already a killer. His brain is still the same. He's still going to act the same way he did when he had his original body. So why the fuck would you set him loose? And you don't think that fucking police are going to be able to fucking see this guy and be like, wait a minute, you're supposed to be fucking dead. How the fuck are you alive? You were executed.
But at the same time, he's got totally different prints now and shit. So,
That's just what I was thinking. The captain
yeah.
is not going to have the same prints.
Yeah.
which, you know what? I dug that aspect of this movie and everything. Like, I liked all that and stuff like that. Like him, like, figuring out that it was part of a killer and all this shit. But it still doesn't understand or still doesn't explain the visions and shit. Like, how, I don't know. I feel like there was just something missing. Like, either another step of like paranormal or supernatural something. I don't fucking know.
And how was he so fucking powerful? Obviously, he was still healing. He still had a neck brace. So he was obviously not as fully healed as our three guys that got his body parts. So how the fuck was he able to overpower them so fucking easily?
It's a good question.
I mean, we don't know the body. Maybe she put him on some like Freud rage dude.
No, that dude was fucking skinny as fuck.
Yeah, I know.
No fucking way.
I know. I don't know, man.
You know what I did like? What I did like was the scene where the little girl's like, his daughter's talking about his hand or whatever. And she's all grossed out because of the little scars that are on it or whatever. And I'm thinking to myself, that is the same reaction kids have when you shave and they've never seen you without facial hair.
Yes. And they're like, mommy. And
You're
like,
not my dad.
dude. I mean, and I always love when like you see videos of that and people are like, that's so mean to the kids. You shouldn't do it. It's like, fuck off, dude. They'll be fine.
I did that shit to Sam.
It's
one
mentally
time.
scars them. Oh my God. They'll be fine.
I did it
They'll
to Sam.
never remember it.
No, Sam remember. Well, I did it to her when she was like 13. I fucking
Oh, that's different.
completely shaved everything off, and she's like, she would not look at me until it started growing back. Like she completely fucking ignored me until my facial hair started growing back, and she'd be like, "You're not my dad. You're not my dad. You're not my dad." And she fucking meant it, and then it grew back, and we were fine.
That's awesome.
You want to know
So
how I
what-
got these scars?
That's
So
right.
were any of you guys kind of hoping that would get this scene kind of like Reanimator with the body parts all coming to life and like
Yes,
hacky-
man. I wanted to see those legs rip off of him and run away. That's what I thought we
yeah.
were gonna see. I thought the legs were gonna be what fucking killed Brad Dourif. Like I honestly thought that that's what it was. It was gonna be the fucking detached legs going in there to fucking reclaim the fucking arm. That's what I wanted to fucking see.
Just a pair of random legs.
Yes,
stopping
because
people.
I don't give a fuck how ridiculous that sounds. Seeing it in this fucking boring ass movie would have made it so much better.
If this
See-
was a Tales from the Crypt episode, that is exactly what would have happened.
1,000.
I just feel that's why I feel like, dude, like Jeff Fahey's character, like he should have been more taken over or something. Like it almost should have been like him committing the murders, but not
Yep.
realizing he was
Yeah.
doing it.
See, and I thought that's
Something along those lines. Like I feel like that would have been a better, just like I don't know, man. Not like who done it, but you know what I mean. Like kind of along those lines. Like we still wouldn't be sure. Almost kind of like Malignant. You know what I mean? Where it's like you didn't
Yeah.
really know at first, and then you're like, oh shit, it's the same fucking person.
But see, but then that goes back to the quote that he said, does evil live in the flesh, or what did he say, in the flesh or in the mind or some shit like that?
Right.
So, but even that makes no fucking sense. They're trying to make it like this big point of the movie, but it makes no sense because once he fucking kills the main dude, he's like, I don't have these thoughts anymore. I haven't had dreams, blah, 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 blah. Like,
Right. So is his brain like the magnetic center point for the rest of the body parts that are just like drawn into her? So what's up, Mr. Day? How are you, sir?
Hey,
Like, I don't know, man. It's just
I'm getting
I
pissed
want-
off thinking about this movie right now.
I'm just sad because I wanted to like it because I know Brody really enjoys it, and he was also telling me like this is from one of them, we read it, but it's like, from one of the guys that did The Hitchhiker, and I really enjoyed that movie. So I was kind of like had that scope in my head going in, and just
I'm sorry, Brody.
didn't pull it off, man.
It's a no for me, dog. It's a no for me.
Like I feel all the stuff that we said that what could have happened or should have happened would have been a way better movie.
Yeah, and
Hey,
had
that's-
it been the movie, Brody probably would have fucking hated it.
he might have.
You know what? You're not wrong. I feel like we should hear what Brody has to say. Actually,
Yeah, let's
man,
hear it.
'cause I'm sure he's got some positive spin, so we need to bring some of this shit in. What do we got?
Well, howdy fucking doody there, folks. It's your DKB here, back for another episode of Gore. And this week I'm here to talk to you about body parts. Yes, that's right. Like the majority of the films I never got to see as a kid, but I used to see them on the VHS shelf, and this was definitely one of them. I used to see the front cover all the fucking time, and for some goddamn reason I never ever got a chance to actually watch it. I don't know why, probably because I'm a fucking idiot. Haven't watched it a couple of years ago. I fell in love with it, especially, Eric Red. I really love Eric Red as a writer, as a director. And I was going on a bit of a binge, and I found this underrated and hidden gem. And yeah, I think it's very atmospheric. It feels like a modern day gothic horror film for me. Me and my gothic horror, how much I love to beat my dick over that.
Yeah.
But I also think it's a very interesting film, dealing with the dealing with where does evil actually come from? Does it lurk in the actual soul? Does it lurk in the blood or the anatomy of a person? And doing something a little bit different along those tropes while introducing a fantastic cast. And I love the way that it slowly builds up, definitely unfolding, a shit ton of character development, especially as we go along the journey with our lead actor, Jeff Fahey. But I love how they were able to introduce these other characters and, you know, not really take anything away from him and his performance. I mean, the story obviously evolves around him and we go on this journey with him. But they could have quite easily had Brad Dourif take over and just be this standout performance because he's such a fantastic fucking actor. But I like how they were sort of able to maintain him a little bit and just sort of, you know, keep him a little bit under wraps. And then as the film progressed and unfolded, you know, we slowly get to, well, they slowly drip drip feed us, you know, especially that, you know, that you know, the fear and paranoia, and then just obviously like in the last 30 minutes giving us what we really want, and that's that fucking just insanely batshit crazy story with intense violence and gore, or ultra violence to cut it short. But yeah, I think for me, when I seen it, it's definitely a visual treat. And I really, love a lot about this film. I really appreciate it. The other thing I can really appreciate about this film is the practical effects and the attention to detail throughout that craftsmanship, and just how the director was able to capture the attention to detail to, like, for instance, like an arm being dismembered and then you still see the arm still operating throughout the nerves and tendons. The way that, everything looked in this film looked absolutely fucking flawless. Like, it actually looked like real life body parts, and the attention that the director was able to capture throughout the lens and really linger on, you know, this body horror element of the film. I thought it was actually very intimidating at times, especially with the sound design, and, you know, you get that really operatic theme and music playing over. So the way that, this film actually able to capture all them elements, and, you know, it's my bread and butter. If it's not psychological horror, which this film definitely fucking has and I love, it's either body horror, and, you know, these things two combined is just this film is just like a love letter for me to that genre or subgenre of horror. So incredible work, incredible artist, showcasing incredible skills. So I will understand if people think this is boring. I mean, having gone back and watched it today, you know, there are some bits throughout the midway mark where I'm sort of like, I'm a little bit bored. You know, there should be a little bit more happening here, a bit more action or whatever it is. But I still think the story is intriguing enough for me to really just sort of like sit back and take it all in and just be intrigued by it all. It's still, I'm invested throughout the whole entire movie. But I can definitely understand why that some of that stuff is needed throughout the middle. Obviously, like I mentioned earlier, the character development of these two extra characters that share some body parts from the same serial killer as our lead or whatever it is. So I definitely like how they sort of explain, you know, their experiences of having the same thing as Jeff Fahey's character. They're all kind of a little bit different, like maybe one's successful, one's maybe not, and just, I think it's very interesting the way that they all play off each other. So all in all, I won't bore you for much longer. I only wish I was there with you guys to talk about this film, because I could literally talk about it for a good 2 to 3 fucking hours. And I'm actually really keen to hear what you guys have to say about it, the positives or the negatives or just whatever it may be. But
Love you,
really
Brody.
keen to hear what you guys have to say about it.
We're sorry.
At the end of the day, very highly underrated. If you like psychological horror and body horror, definitely go out and just suss it. If you don't like it, hey, I honestly don't think you wasted a good hour and a half of your time. I still think it flows pretty well for a film like this. In saying that, I'm going to have to give it a Gore score of a 4.2 for me personally.
All right.
I don't think it's a masterpiece, but it definitely has what I want in a horror film.
That's a piece.
It's a love letter to me personally. And this is your DKB signing out. Look forward to hearing what you guys have to say about this film, and I'll catch you motherfuckers next week. So cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers, Mr. Kane. Thank you kindly.
Love you,
Thank you,
Brody.
Brody.
So all right. Brody started off with 4.2. Now, once again, you know, this was a Brody pick, so obviously he knew he enjoyed this going in.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly didn't really hit. Like I said, man, I didn't hate the film. Right, like I need to be honest. I need to be completely honest. Like, as much as it might sound like we're shitting on it, I didn't hate it. I just felt like it could have been better.
Yes, I completely.
And any of the deleted scenes, it was a mistake to get rid of those. Put them back in. It would definitely help. Because, like, I mean, dude, we all want to see a random like arms flopping around and like shit like that. You know what I mean? Like we need that shit. Give us that craziness, dude.
Dude, we got a penis flopping around in Beyond Reanimator. I think we can handle this.
Yeah.
We did have a penis flopping around fighting a rat in the fucking yes.
That was
the vents.
one of the best scenes ever.
It's crazy, dude. Like, I hate saying it because like we watch so many movies, but like sometimes I feel like I completely forget some movies, but then every once in a while, just talking about it will like refresh, and I'm like, all right, I do remember that shit. Like,
Oh, it's like the fucking Cuz's elbow drop on the fucking cop in Cabin Fever 2.
Cabin Fever 2, man.
I haven't watched it.
You know, honestly, what the fuck was it? I think it was something I sent you guys the other day, but randomly enough, man, the pancakes kid showed up in a video.
Yeah.
I was on Instagram or something, and I'm just like, man, what a weird fucking moment. Like, it made me really like. It made me happy thinking about that movie though, because like it's not a terrible movie, which is what a fucking most random ass scene ever.
Yeah,
It was
you
not a
sent that
terrible
shit to
movie,
me.
but it had a terrible sequel.
I didn't even think this. I'm trying to remember. I just
hate the
remember.
sequel.
I just remember it was gross because we saw definitely like mutilated dick. Like that chick wanted to blow that dude, and she had like that big gross fucking herpy
Baked
on
beans titties. Remember that?
Oh, ew! Ugh, yes,
yes,
gross. Yeah.
What fucking
All
biscuits look like baked beans?
Yeah, I
Ugh.
still kick my ass for not fucking being on that goddamn episode because y'all have all these fucking like quotes and stories and shit from that fucking one episode that we always talk about, and I can't relate because I wasn't there.
Okay, go back and watch it. Yes, it's a shitty movie, but you got to see it for the scenes
It's
that we
like
did. Like,
Brody,
What's
hey,
up, Brody?
Brody!
Salami tits. That's right. No, it's
deadliest snatch.
And it was.
because
Oh my
like if I
God.
remember right, this is a crazy side tangent too, but like, what's his name from the first one? Like, we
Party
know
Cop.
he's fucked. No,
Oh
no.
yeah, that dude. Yeah,
From Boy Meets World, right?
yeah,
Okay, so like, but doesn't he get he gets like smushed by a bus right in the beginning? Of
yeah.
this
Right
one?
in the opening scene.
Yeah, so like he gets fucked, and then why did everybody turn? Oh yeah, because like somebody like
It's
dropped the punch bowl.
Yeah,
Ugh. Yeah, it was just a gross movie. Like it wasn't. I think that's all it was. That movie was just meant. They were like, "Yo, dude, how disgusting can we be?" Like it wasn't even like we're gonna make these disgusting things and then we're just gonna write plot around it.
that's pretty much what it was. That's it.
Ugh.
Party Cop and his cuz. They were the best.
Party Cop and his cousin were. I forgot about them, but yeah, they were the Jay and Silent Bob of the movie that just kept it rolling, dude. But no, going back to this movie, man, like once again, acting was solid. You know, effects weren't even bad. Effects were good.
No, and
I'm not-
I'm glad Brody brought up like the score and how it was like really operatic at the one scene. Because like I said, I thought the score in this was like the best part of it.
You know, and I never, I guess, considered this thinking this gothic horror, but maybe I just don't know how to read gothic horror per se. So
I don't know.
because like when I think that, I think more of like not necessarily like Victorian era stuff, but things that even still like feel that.
Like
Along that
Legend of
ways.
Hell House.
Yeah. Okay, I guess that could work. But I don't know. Like I said, maybe I'm just reading that term wrong. All in all, man, I will see what we rate it to. We're not there yet. Chad Daddy, I'm going to hand this shit over to you, though, because I feel like we've discussed enough what we can. We've pretty much made our points. What you got for behind the scenes, buddy?
He wants to know our opinion on it,
Who does?
Brody.
Brody.
So,
It was a lot
Overall-
of missed opportunities.
A lot of
yeah,
opportunities.
unfortunately, it's acting was solid, effects were solid, but story didn't go where I was particularly thinking it was gonna. Neither I think for
Same.
the boys the same. Yeah, I don't know, man. Just didn't hit, unfortunately.
That's a
Stinky
lot of
cheese?
That's a lot of cheese.
No, this one wasn't even cheesy though.
Uh-uh.
Like it wasn't cheese like bad in a cheesy way or anything. It just I don't know. I wanted more from it. And I just think it kind of blue balled me a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have the pain, but I just, there was no release. All right. Anyways, Chad Eddie.
So
What you got?
advertisements for the movie were canceled in Wisconsin due to the Dahmer killings.
Oh.
What? Why?
So this came out around the time of the Dahmer body parts. He was a cannibal. They found body parts in his fridge and shit.
I guess. Yeah. Yeah, whatever.
91 Wisconsin were a bunch of bitches.
It is cheese country. The stunt double for Jeff Fahey almost died during the car crash scene when the force of the rear end collision caused him to be ejected 50 feet into the air without a harness. Fortunately, he wasn't injured and the shot made the final cut. Okay, so that
Wait,
says he
what?
almost died. It says he
How does
almost
that-
died, and then he wasn't injured. I don't get that.
So how does that work? What's the almost died?
I don't know. That's just what it says. I read that
Like,
the first time and I
did
put that down. Like, it
something-
doesn't sound right, but all right.
Maybe he wasn't supposed to eject that far.
Maybe.
Maybe he wasn't supposed to eject at all.
Maybe.
Gene?
I went Gene. We should have watched the Troma version.
We should have did both. So that way we had that review to throw it up to. Be like, yo, so anyways, there's this other movie called Body Parts.
And it's got titties.
Lots of them everywhere.
Well, it is a Troma movie.
You got to sell it somehow. Anyway.
Okay, this is, in fact, a very loose adaptation of a French novel which had sold very well in English translation over 25 years previously. It had been announced as a Hollywood project with a screenplay by David Newman and Robert Benton several times in the late 60s and early 70s.
So, honestly, you can make almost the funny version of this, which would be like, I guess, Troma or like Chillerama or something like that, where like you have the other guy who gets the dick, right? Like he gets the dick transplant and then he's got an evil dick. And his evil dick makes him do evil things.
And he's just got boners all the time.
And Evil Dick says, don't sleep alone.
But in like the worst, terrible like places that he shouldn't have.
He's like at a funeral and fucking rock hard.
Right.
He's getting, he's
like
getting
he's
communion at church.
Oh my God, that's what I was just gonna say, dude. He's getting communion in his mouth from the priest, and he's just fucking. Oh.
And it starts like tapping the priest on the leg.
Oh man,
Troma, we have an idea for you.
that's
Oh,
like along
that's-
the lines of that movie, Handjob Cabin, which Bob thinks we should review, and I was like, you know what, I'm not opposed.
I don't know. I'd have to I'd have to watch the trailer.
It's exactly what you would think it would be, buddy. Think of that ghost scene from Ghostbusters, but scarier, and the whole movie.
Right on.
Oh, anyways.
The film is very similar to a 1971 episode of Night Gallery titled The Hand of Borgus Weems.
Huh. Wait, what's so Night Gallery like a Twilight Zone kind of thing?
Yeah. Actually, exactly like it. Even had Rod Serling hosting it.
Wait, what?
Mhm.
Was it a spinoff?
Shadow, that needs to be our next game. Evil Dick, that needs to be our next game.
Evil Dick. Dude, there's no way there's not an Evil Dead parody called Evil Dick. Come on, there's gotta be at this. I mean,
Well,
there's
I
definitely there's got to be Evil Head. Like that's too easy and
I
obvious.
can't
Oh, yeah.
look on the hub because it's blocked here, so
Get a VPN.
I have one. No, put it on my phone.
Wait a minute, like just the hub, or is like all of it?
No, it's just the hub.
Oh, so go to XNXX.
Never heard of that one.
There you go. Or you can go for an old school one, X Hamster, dude. Anyways, Chad Eddie, what else you got, homie?
So, in Thailand, the film was known as Cut to Pieces, Then Create Hell. That's kind of a misleading title right there.
Very misleading.
This film is Zakes Mokay's third horror film. His first two films are The Island and The Serpent and the Rainbow. Respectively, the two horror films that follow his film are Dust Devil and Vampire in Brooklyn.
Fucking
Mr.
Joe.
Day.
God damn it.
Vampire in Brooklyn. You know what? I enjoy that movie. I don't give a shit. I know it's cheesy, but for some reason I like it.
I've seen it once, and I remember nothing about it.
It's
don't
a
remember it.
weird.
I just
it's
remember Eddie Murphy's in it.
Yeah, it's like a weird. I don't know, man. If it's in that weird '90s, like, it almost feels like it should be a like Bordello of Blood, like something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, from
like
what I remember, yeah.
It's that kind of level of cheese where it's like it's not an A movie by any fucking means, which is crazy because it's Eddie Murphy and it's like Eddie Murphy at like, I mean, probably 80s was higher for him, but even still, like that was early 90s, so not bad. But anyways,
He was still doing all right with in the 90s when he had oh shit, what's the Night Professor?
I feel like Nutty Professor was right after that, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's right around the same time.
Now I need to look this up. All right.
In Brazil, the film is titled Anatomy of a Killer.
That one makes a little sense.
Charlie
right.
Fletcher's date of execution was listed as November 17th, 1991, which means the events of the film take place after the film's release date.
Oh, no shit. Nice. Wait, Wes Craven was in Vampire in Brooklyn? I don't remember that. Weird. Oh, man. Dude, how bad would it be if we threw that on the list?
Fuck it, why not?
It'd be a fun, cheesy one for next year, probably.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it.
Right? I wonder how long it fucking I wonder how well it holds up after all this time.
That's a good question. Like I said, I saw it once and I don't remember shit about it, so
Word. All right.
okay, two scenes were heavily cut due to Paramount's insistence. The car crash sequence was cut back by almost 40 seconds. Deleted was a
Boo.
backwards tracking shot from Jeff Fahey on the road to his twitching severed arm on the ground. He stares at it in horror until it's splattered by a truck and he passes out.
That would have been cool to see.
Right?
Yeah, and it is, and it's on YouTube. Brody showed it. See, Brody showed me that scene before we started watching the movie. Like I think when we just talked about it like last week or something like that. And so I was anticipating that scene, and it never fucking happened. I was like, "What the fuck?"
It never came. The girls never came.
They didn't. Sad.
I watched a gay porno once. The surgery scene was a few minutes afterwards was cut by well over a minute, deleting several shots of Jeff Fahey's exposed stump wound and several seconds of the bloody twitching donor arm on a medical table.
Dude, his stump was pretty like gross. Like I wanted to like poke it. Just dip your finger in there. Gross.
And that's about all I got. Like I said,
That
there
is
wasn't
it.
much. That is it. It
Holy
was
shit.
very light.
Damn, I feel like you just like covered like a fucking TV movie or something, dude. That wasn't shit.
Dude, and I couldn't even find stuff on different sites. Like even in Wikipedia, there's very few noted pages to take it to. And if you Google body parts or look on Yahoo or whatever, it doesn't even want to pull up the movie. It just brings up stuff about articles about body parts.
That's fair. Huh. Wow. Well,
This is gonna be a
Chad
short
did-
episode.
Chad Eddie, thank you. No, it's not.
What?
No, it's not. Because
Oh no, we got a lot of stuff to talk about with Deadpool.
Yeah.
Look at that pineapple on the pizza there, guys.
Fuck yeah, bro. I love
Boo.
pineapple. I love
Boo.
Hawaiian pizza. Hey, see, now when you eat Hawaiian pizza, do you eat it with sauce or no sauce? Because I choose no sauce.
I don't eat
I-
Hawaiian pizza.
I
good
think
sir.
I've only had it with sauce.
See, try it with no sauce. You might enjoy it more.
I don't know. Do you get more pineapple flavor like that?
Yes.
Then no.
Oh,
I
you
hate
don't like the
pineapple.
pineapple? See, I like
hate
pineapple.
pineapple.
Like, that's the first thing. Like, dude, when you get the ham and the pineapple, bro, I'm stealing like 3 of them fucking rings. Oh, fuck yeah, bro. You got to eat it with the ham, man. That's where it's fucking
Mm-mm.
at.
You put pineapple on a ham, I'm not eating the ham.
Bro, you got to put pineapple on the ham.
No.
It's nature's cock ring. Anyways.
Nature's cock
You
ring.
fucking caught me by surprise on that one.
Holy shit.
Fuck.
I appreciate your general or your I
Oh,
appreciate your
fuck
reaction to
me.
that, Scoops.
God damn it. I'm sitting here and I'm like, I have this fucking little pink slime that I'm playing with. And it fucking just caught me off guard with that shit.
Oh.
I'm sitting here thinking about Ghostbusters 2 and how this slime looks like the pink slime. And I'm like, wow, this would be cool if this came to life. It's nature's cock ring.
Holy shit.
Oh,
Make that a
fuck me.
t-shirt, boys. Mark that down. All right. Holy
Oh,
fuck.
fuck.
Oh,
Oh, yep, that's a shirt. We got to make that a shirt and put it on the
oh
store.
man, I haven't laughed that hard in a minute.
Oh,
All right.
fuck.
It just says nature's cock ring and
With
the
the
O's.
fucking
Yeah,
Pineapple
pineapple,
slice.
pineapple
Pineapple
slice. Oh,
Ah.
fuck. Oh, I'm crying.
Same. All right. Boys, where the fuck did we watch this?
Prime.
Prime.
Also Prime. All right. Douche of the film.
The doctor. Fuck that
The
bitch.
doctor.
Oh, 100%.
The doctor.
Dude, she was a cunt.
Yeah,
She
huge
was.
Favorite kill?
Shock. Wait.
I mean, we didn't really get a good kill, did we? I guess what's his name falling out the window there, Chucky.
I was gonna say that one.
I was gonna say the killer's death, I guess.
Yeah, but how'd the killer die? Because he got his neck snapped, but he didn't really die there. He got what, shot?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
got
shot him in the heart.
Yeah,
and
so that's
in the
kinda like-
fucking torso.
Meh. No, he shot him in the head, didn't he?
Yeah, he
Or was
shot
it
him in the head.
torso?
I thought it was
Yeah,
the
I thought he exploded the head.
Oh yeah.
And then he went over and shot the rest of the body parts.
That's yeah.
So I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
fuck,
with
we'll
Brad
go
Dorff.
that
I'm gonna go Brad Dorff out the window, man.
I'll go with the killer's body being shot to pieces that was already in
Oh.
pieces.
Ooh,
Why
going the full massacre. Like, okay, I dig it. You're gonna shoot him twice. All right.
Double tap.
That's yeah, fucking right, bro. All right, best scene.
when the credits started to roll.
Ooh,
No,
I'm gonna
joking.
say
I'm joking.
I actually liked when he first met Brad Dourif's character and they were having their interaction and he was like showing him his artwork. And you saw like how it was affecting him, but it wasn't necessarily affecting them both in the same ways. So like that's I don't know.
I'm gonna go with the scene of all three of them drinking in the bar.
See, I was
Oh,
gonna
okay.
I was gonna say the bar fight
Yeah.
because we should have got more
Something
scenes
of
him
that
being
shit.
intense like that. Yeah.
100%, dude. Like, I feel like he should have almost got to the point. Like, I mean, he kind of did it with his wife, but I felt like there should have been one more scene of him, like, almost potentially killing somebody, and then
Yeah.
like him really realizing, like, no, this has got to come off. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the final straw.
Yeah.
Which I guess that's what it was with his wife, because he did like leave the house and shit. So, all right. Worst moment or scene?
The killer trying to get his body parts back for absolutely no fucking reason whatsoever.
The interaction with the cop after they the guy with the legs died, the interaction with the cop.
It didn't seem
He
very.
was so bad in acting in that scene. The cop was so bad.
The cop seemed very like monotone and just
Yeah,
like
he was
not-
like. So
It was
heard
like
you
he was
got in a
reading
fight
cue-
at the bar.
like he was reading cue cards right behind his what's his name's head. You know what I mean? Like just like
So you-
straight up like
So you do not know how he died. I'm going to be watching you.
yeah. I mean that's pretty much it. 100%. Steve just acted the shit out of that. I'm gonna have to agree with you, man. That was pretty. That was pretty.
That wasn't
chunky to
even.
get through.
That was not even soap opera acting. It's like they just pulled him off the fucking street and said, "Here, read this."
Wouldn't that be the coolest way to get a movie role, though?
Yeah, fuck yeah. I always hope it happens to me one day.
Right? You're like, you look. Even if I'm like typecast, I do not give a shit. They're like, yo, we need a fat redneck at a gas station. They're like, done. Let's go.
Sign
They're
me
like,
up.
they're like, "Hey, you already wear a flannel shirt. Throw on these dickies and put on a bandana and talk in a Mexican accent."
All right.
Nanny.
Done.
My
Yeah.
name is Jeff.
My name's Ye. I want. All right, Van Milders. Let's go. All right.
No.
Opening scene. Hook you in.
Not really.
No.
What was the opening scene? I remember we got a longer credits. The credits were kind of cool because it was giving me like Hellraiser kind of Reanimator vibes, but then it just went nowhere with that.
So Brody said he was in Serpent in the Rainbow. I remember him from Serpent in the Rainbow. I don't know what the fuck the difference was in what they told him to do, but his acting in this movie was horrible.
I don't know if I saw Serpent in the Rainbow.
I have, but it's been a long fucking time.
Fair enough.
It's voodoo.
What was opening scene? Opening scene was him talking to the guy on death row, right?
Yeah.
You know what would have been a great opening scene for this while you think on if whether it hooked you in or not? If we saw a lot of the fucked up.
That's because it was titties, Gene.
If we saw like all of the operations leading up to her finally getting it right. Like her failed attempts.
Okay.
That'd have been cool.
Salut.
Thank you. No, actually, I kind of like that idea because, dude, opening it up with some good gore is always a good way to fucking fetch attention. Like 100%. And surgical gore is like the most real shit that people usually hate the worst. So I agree, man. I don't know. Like, it didn't really hook me in, but it did get me, I'll say like a soft yes for me because at least it intrigued me with like Jeff Fahey's character. Like, I wasn't just like, you know, I was already kind of like, okay, this is kind of his bag. Let's see where he goes with it. So at least it sets it up. But if it didn't for you boys, absolutely no problem. That takes us to most attractive character.
Kim Delaney.
Yeah. She was cute.
Is that the wife?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Then yes. Because it was either her or the doctor. The doctor just was not doing it.
No.
Was there anybody else? I don't think there was anybody else.
I don't think so.
No, the wife it is. Okay, she gets the win. And obviously, you know, I'm going to say for the dudes, Jeff Fahey's just got those eyes that literally burn through your soul. So
See, Brody. So Brody just said they should have had Jeff Fahey interviewing the killer, and he ends up with his arm. That's what I thought. That's what I thought was going to happen. That he was going to get the arm of the person that he was interviewing. That's what I thought.
That is, yeah, that would have been way cooler because then he would have known it more and just there would have been more of that personal tie.
Yep.
Yeah, I get it. Fuck yeah, dude. See, we can always retcon some movies from fucking 30 years ago, right?
That's what we do best.
All right. Did the score set the mood?
Like I said, I thought the score
Yeah.
was actually pretty fantastic.
Score was rad.
I unfortunately don't really remember it, but it didn't like there was no parts that I was just like, oh, that doesn't fit. So I'm gonna say yes. Because sometimes, man, a weird score piece hits, it definitely like takes you out of the moment, and you're like, "What the fuck?" Friday 3, or is that 2? What am I thinking? Was it the 2 or 3? Where is it? Where the fucking Jethro Bodine fucking music, where they're like, when they're fucking.
That was the first one.
Is that the first one?
Yeah, it's
That
the
was
first one when they're in Blairstown.
Dude, I mixed the first like 3 kind of together just because they all like repeat the same ending on the beginnings and shit. I don't know. All right. That leads us to. Do we have a best song?
I don't remember there being
I
a song.
don't remember a
Right.
song.
We're
Whatever
entering
was
that
playing in the bar.
bar music.
I am gonna give best song to Bye 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 at the beginning of Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, bro. There's so many good songs in that whole movie.
Okay, we'll get there. We're almost
get
done.
there.
I'm not gonna lie, man. When T.I.'s Bring 'Em Out came out, like our whole theater was fucking singing, dude. So. All right, that leads us to favorite character. I'm gonna go with Brad Dourif, man.
I'm same.
I liked his weird art dude kind of thing, and it's always nice to see Brad Dourif in a young role or roll when he's young, I should say. Nice mask.
Shut up! You didn't see nothing.
I didn't see nothing.
I just got a weird random text from Steph's. Just what every man wants to hear when he's busy. Just ignore the sounds of the drill.
Oh.
Fuck yeah, dude. I don't hear a drill. What are you talking about?
I can't hear it. It's literally a drill. Her, those are in here.
Fuck it, A. All right. Was it scary?
No.
No. And does it hold up today?
No.
Nah, I'm gonna have to say
Not really.
no.
See,
If you like it, man, then you know. by all
Brody and
means-
Dave,
But she hasn't started running the drill yet, so
Brody and Dave, they need to be best friends because he loved this fucking Dave loves.
Oh
this
shit!
movie
What's
too.
up, Dave? How you doing, homie?
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what? That's good, dude. Listen, man. That's how this world spins, dude.
Yeah,
Everybody's
I'm
happy.
glad the movie has fans.
I wish I enjoyed it more. I feel like we just needed those extra little scenes that were ripped out from us, dude. I
Yeah.
feel like that would have helped for sure.
And David's right. Yes, his kicking
Okay.
I love the bar fight. That was fantastic.
It was funny that he was just using because like, even in his training montage in the beginning when he was like arm strengthening, all I could think is like, yo, man, he's only training that one side. He still needs to train the rest of his like body to even it out, right? I'm like, them dude's gonna come out looking like Quagmire when he found the internet. He's just fucking like,
And you know, during that scene, I started laughing to myself because I had that same fucking thought where like, oh, one arm's gonna be stronger than the other because I was doing physical therapy for my shoulder finally, and we only worked out this one side, so I feel like my left is way more jacked than my right now.
yeah. See, so you
Dude,
know,
They should have had "You're the Best" from Karate Kid playing while he was fucking.
all right. That would lead us to how's the acting? You know what?
It was pretty good,
It
actually.
was solid,
good.
man.
Yeah,
except
except for the cop.
Fair. Everybody else brought it. Even the kids were good. Like Mullet Kid,
Yeah.
he was believable, right?
Well, like,
That was perfect 1991 mullet, dude. By the way, Scoobs, you act like you want to.
No,
Did
I
you
was
have
gonna
that mullet?
no. I was gonna respond to Brody's comment. He said, "Who's Dave?"
who's Dave?
Brody. Dave's one of my really, really good friends. One of my best friends. We used to be in a band together. He's also an awesome guitar player. So,
Ooh, there you go. Kindred spirits. Righty. That takes us to cinematography. I don't think there was anything really to write home on this. There's nothing that particularly stood out to me.
it was pretty mid.
yeah, I can't think of like anything that was shot that just kind of was like, oh my god, that was really good, or really anything that was shot that like blew my mind. The cinematography on the car crash, like just
That was solid.
That was solid.
Cool.
But there was really nothing that stood out that made it feel I don't know.
No, I get it, man. We still needed that fucking arm scene with that, man. Like that just completed that scene.
Mhm.
It's just so bullshit, man. If you remind yourself, go watch it after on YouTube. All right, that takes us to did we like the premise? So ultimately, the premise, I don't mind.
Yeah, but I think we've come up with an actual better premise than what we even got.
I think it's I would say we flipped it, like we spun it halfway. Like we cleaned up the second half of it. We're like, no, let's do this instead. Because like it's the first half is fine. Like it still sets out for like what it needs to be, right? Like dude loses an arm, gets his attachment, blah 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 blah.
But add a little bit more to add at least a good 15 minutes into the movie and just show him slowly becoming more and more insane and taken over by this evil arm. Something like that.
Just do like, yeah, you see him like cutting himself with the shaving, but we need just a little bit more excessive after the fact. You know what I mean? Like just walking down the street and all of a sudden he just randomly like fucking slaps somebody or something like that. And, although maybe that would just get too comical. I don't know. But I feel like his hand should get him in trouble, like idle hand style.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
Yeah.
Or
Nah.
kick his ass, Evil
Wait,
Dead 2
wait,
style.
I heard the wife. I heard her hammering. No power tools. No power tools. That's just my toothbrush.
That's not your toothbrush.
That's right. No,
I had
that's
to throw a Step Brothers reference in there.
Oh, Freddie, man. I watched that movie in a minute. And was the climax satisfying?
I'm
That
gonna
is,
say
confusing.
it was confusing, but I did like the killer finally dying, and I like
Yeah.
how he broke his neck the way he did his victim.
I was hoping he would like
Rip
dig
it
his
out and
hands,
fucking
like-
rip the head off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
what
what I
was
wanted.
I
Same.
wanted that. I was waiting for it, and it didn't get.
But
I was like,
it,
oh,
you know, it. Okay,
but he
I say
snapped
I
him out
liked
like
it.
he did in the dream where
Yeah,
he
yeah,
killed
that's what I'm
that
saying.
girl.
Because that
So-
was a memory of the way that he killed that girl.
right. So,
so-
it works.
But I mean, even the next snap, while I say I do like it and I thought it was satisfying, it's still kind of anticlimactic. It kind of
Yes,
Because
happened
that
like,
didn't kill him.
yeah.
He still got up with the pistol and he killed the doctor. So I'm glad she got killed off like in the last second too.
Brody, I already asked that
Yeah,
fucking
we asked that.
question, and then I said, "Where the fuck is the other head?"
That's in the trash. Like that head was garbage.
Or she has it alive in a fucking tank.
Maybe. Maybe she's got different tanks everywhere with different body parts and shit. So she's
Mhm.
kind of like Reanimator style, but just
I was just saying she takes the head out just like in Reanimator.
right.
Yeah.
Little box eating there. All right. Recycle, rewind, remake, or reboot.
I want to remake it.
I would also
I would
remake
remake it.
this, and way more psychological. Have a couple moments where he's dreaming, and maybe he thinks he's watching something from the outside, but then like he wakes up and it's actually like him.
You
in
know
the
what?
reflection doing it or some shit.
Give me like a Jacob's Ladder feel to
Ooh.
this.
Okay.
Get
Yeah.
behind that.
And I feel like
Hmm.
that would be, because that would be a mind fuck all in itself. But like I said,
Ooh.
I want to see him going mad.
No, that's fine. Yeah, no, absolutely. He's crazy. Brody says the body could have been the psycho guy from the interview at the start of the movie. He was on death row. Valid point. I guess
It
possible.
should have been. It wasn't, but it should have been.
Yeah, and then remake Evil Dick versus Karen. Let's go. Karen the Kraken. Okay.
I mean, they did make an Amityville Karen movie.
Oh God.
What?
Look it up. It's called Amityville Karen.
I
feel like
believe
Amityville's
it.
turning into, like,
Amityville's anything, dude.
Amityville's turning into National Lampoons at this point.
Thank you. It really
Pretty much.
has. Just throw that on the title, and now it's just that movie. You know what? Which some of those National Lampoon movies most of them are trash, but every once in a while, there's actually a fun one in the middle there. All right, let's rate this bitch.
I don't want to go first.
So Brody gave it a 4.2. I will reverse rotation. I will go first. Acting was solid. The movie itself looked solid. Score was good. It needed those scenes put back in. It didn't hold my attention in the middle, and we needed a little bit more suspense. I'm gonna give it a 2.4. Chad Daddy.
Fucking Dave.
I'm with Gene. I'm going to give it a 2.8. I was going to go 3, but I don't think it deserves a 3.
Okay. 2.8. Scuba.
It did not hold my attention hardly at all. I'm gonna have to give it a 2.
And a 2. All right. So divided by 4. Wait, do we have a score from Bobby?
No, he didn't.
No, he
send us
didn't
the
watch
score.
it. He didn't watch it.
All right. So we have a 2.85. So we have a 2.9 for 1991's Body Parts. Still over half. Still over 2.5. So good to go. Chad Daddy, what are we covering next week, buddy?
Next week is a Scuba Steve pick, and it's a fairly recent movie. We are
We got-
watching the Pope's Exorcist.
Oh shit, that's on Netflix, I believe, right?
Man, this better not suck because I don't
Look,
I don't care. I
you're
don't care for
probably
movies
gonna-
like this.
You probably are gonna think it sucks. You probably are. I like it because
I
there's
heard a lot of
truth
people
to it.
like it though. Like,
There's
I heard
truth to it. It's
All right,
Father
it's on
Amorth.
Net- it's on Netflix. Listen,
Okay, cool.
man. All I know is You got Russell Crowe driving around on Spa. That's all I fucking need to know.
Brody said he's Hulk raging inside right now. Cheers.
I'm
gentlemen.
sorry.
I love you, Brody.
Brody, we
We're
love
sorry,
you.
buddy.
We love you.
And you know what? It's still not as bad as me making you watch Stan Helsing. So just think of that.
Yeah, that's true.
Nothing will ever make up for that. No, I
don't know, man. Was that bad? Was that worse than Splinter, or was Splinter? I don't know, because I almost feel like I'd
was worse
rather
than
watch.
Splinter.
Really? Because
was
I
worse
feel like
than
I'd
Splinter.
rather watch that over Splinter.
It was excruciatingly unfunny.
That's fair, man. Maybe y'all just need to be on the herb like I am when watching it.
Maybe.
Maybe that's the difference. That should be like at the beginning of that movie. Like, if you are not high, pause now.
Pause now. Take a high break.
You must be at least this high to watch this movie.
For real, bro. Like, you ain't 2 joints deep, man. You're fucking A, dude. No, man, it happens, Brody, right? That's how the world goes round. We can't all fucking get
he loved Dead Ringers and we all hated it, so
yeah, and that was one where like everything in it was solid. It just didn't hit the notes that I wanted.
yeah, man, that movie was a snooze fest. Gene loved it too, so
Whereas,
he would agree on that.
Once again, like I talked about in A Violent Nature, most people would probably think that's a snooze fest, and where that's one I absolutely loved. I had a good fucking time with it. So, all right,
tonight.
It's on that site, by the way. So now we got it rated. We got the next Pope's Exorcist. Fuck it, dude. We're doing nerd news, so let's just fucking fill this gap up because we're only gonna talk about one thing and one thing only, and that is Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah,
now,
finally we can talk about it.
So, and we're gonna say this has been out for over 2 weeks now. The internet's already been fucking flooded with spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't seen it now and you guys are watching and you don't want any of the spoilers, we understand if you need to bounce or anything like that.
Get out of here now, bub.
Yeah, we're not going to try to ruin anything for anybody specifically. But it is I feel like, given the speed of the internet, man, once you're past 2 weeks, it's in the clear at that point, unfortunately. Like,
exactly.
You're kind of fucked in the wind. All right. That being said, this Deadpool movie is completely different than the other two in my personal take of it. I don't know if you guys feel the same way. I'm interested to see if this movie holds up in the next 5 to 10 years, given certain all like references and things like that. Now, that being said, I fucking absolutely love this movie.
Yeah. I've seen it 4 times in theaters since it's come out.
Now, I feel bad for any casual moviegoer going to see this that has not watched Marvel movies from 1998 to current, or at least 2020, because there's just a lot of shit that, like, I'm not saying you can't enjoy it, but I feel like you're just going to be missing out on like 3/4 of the shit that's actually going on, or try to even understand what the fuck is going on.
Yeah. So when I watched it the 3rd time, I took Sam, and the only movies with Wolverine that she ever saw was Logan. She never saw any of the other movies, but she loved Logan. She loved Logan because Laura was in it. My child saw none of the trailers, so she had no idea that X-23 was in this movie. She teared up. Like, she fucking legit teared up when she's like, "Oh my god, it's her!" And I'm like, "Yeah, like, did you not see the trailer?" And she's like, "No." And I'm like,
see, but that's how I felt when the fucking man himself showed up on screen, and we get motherfucking Wesley Snipes back, dude, as goddamn Blade. Like, there was standing ovations happening in my theater at that moment, dude.
Dude, I loved his line of "There's only ever been one Blade,"
and Deadpool.
Which, like, I don't know if that is a stab at Sticky Fingers for the shitty Blade series, or also a like prelude to like the new Marvel movie coming out.
I think it was both.
It was both, probably both, because he obviously, when he showed up to the compound, the other Blade was there, which I'm sad we didn't get to see. Wesley
Are you
Snipes.
sure that was him?
Was that him.
Sticky Fingers?
I don't know if it was Sticky Fingers, but that was supposed to be Blade.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
In the with the enemies.
Yes,
I think
working with
I
the
thought
no,
that
that's Bullseye.
That was
That's Bullseye.
They said it was Blade. They said it was
No.
TV movie
No,
Blade or
no,
TV
no,
show
no.
That's
Blade.
Bullseye.
That-
That's supposed to be
that was-
Bullseye.
I saw that bullshit too because like it just showed a blurry image, but it's like no. And then it showed the other dude that happened to be black there, and that was Spike from X-Men 3. So
Mhm.
they can all fuck off on that too. But I don't know, maybe. I don't think it was Sticky Fingers, but dude, if it does, they should have had him and Blade like face to
Fight,
face
yeah.
at one point if
Yeah.
they went that far. But who was this dude in the striped shirt? He was Punisher, right?
Yeah, that was the Russian.
The Russian from Punisher. Kevin
Okay.
Nash's character.
But it wasn't Kevin Nash, though.
No.
Right.
And then obviously
so we
Juggernaut
had-
was not.
You had the Russian, Juggernaut, Lady Deathstrike, and
Yes.
Toad were all played by different people.
Oh, Toad was not Ray Park.
No.
No.
Oh, I was so happy that it was potentially him, dude.
Psylocke was there too.
Oh yeah, and Psylocke.
She was. Which one was she in? Apocalypse, right?
Apocalypse.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't even finish that one. But no, man, it's a solid fucking movie. It's just nonstop laughter, and it is a proper and good send-off to the Fox movies, man.
It was.
It does it
Like I
in
said,
best way.
that whole little tribute video they played during the credits. You know, I got a little choked up. I got a little emotional watching it.
Well, and that's the best thing is because like half of this movie spent the time shitting on the Fox movies, right? Like literally we had the fucking logo in for a fight scene in the void.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, you know, you're poking fun at it at the same time, but man, then when they hit you with that graduation video and you're leaving fucking high school, going on to your fucking like actual life, you're like, oh,
It made me think of the side.
all those years are gone, dude. It's just, it's so many thoughts because you're like, fuck, I'm old. 2 is, wow, I've been watching these Marvel movies for
For
a long
fucking ever.
time, man. And we've been with these characters, dude, for fucking 20 plus years. And they gone. You know what I mean? Like we think they're gone. We'll see.
Now, did you boys have any spoilers for the cameos in the movies before watching it?
Not the
Yeah,
good
it's-
ones.
So Chris
Not the
Evans.
good ones.
Chris Evans was the first
Oh,
one that was fucking spoiled for me.
Okay.
Nope.
So
No.
I knew he was in it. I didn't know that he was playing Johnny Storm. So
Even better.
when Deadpool's getting all excited that he's about to say fucking Avengers
Avengers
Assemble, I was like, Avengers, and he said flame on. I'm like, oh shit! Oh my god, they fucking did it. But
What's
they
really funny
faked
is
you
people-
out. They fake
People
you
did
out.
the same
Yeah, 'cause
thing.
they played the Avengers theme when he showed up.
But not just that. They fake you out because when he's like, they're coming.
His points like this, and he has
points,
he
he's
has-
got the red
and it's
gauntlet.
red. Yep.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'm
which
like,
is
oh,
bullshit.
fuck, it's Cap. It's fucking Cap. Like, let's fucking go. And then but man, when fucking Pyro sucked that flame out of him and he fucking fell and hit his face, and then the way he landed, I was like, oh shit, they just killed Johnny Storm. But no,
Yeah, I thought the
Johnny
same
was
thing.
not alive. He had a worse fate.
Oh yes.
Well, that was his own fault, though. And he said that.
which we don't find out until the post credit scene. I laughed so fucking
Oh,
hard.
that shit was great. Fucking, I've never
The
seen
action-
anything like that before.
Dude, the best part is that he memorized that entire like speech just to say it in one take. Because he's like, yeah, I don't ever get to say this shit in Marvel movies, so I'm just doing this all. Because they were gonna do like, yo, do you want to do the? Because they did the old school like cue card hanging off the neck while somebody's like in the foreground, so the person
Yeah.
in the background, right? And he's like, no, I don't want to do that shit. He's like, I'm just gonna memorize all of this, and boom, that's fucking it, dude.
I don't even
Which
know.
is great because anybody that knows the jokes of him, like that's how he is in real life, anyways, right? Like he's not Cap. He's
He
not
is not
squeaky
Cap.
clean.
No.
Johnny has a dirty mouth.
And you know, I really fucking Nice Pool was fucking hilarious. Like just seeing him with long fucking hair, no mask. I just found it so fucking funny. And then he was like, "Oh, fourth wall breaks." And then he does his. He's like, "Is that what
The
the, fuck
proposal.
you think I do?" Like,
Is that what you
That-
think I do, bitch?
yeah, like that shit. And then using him as a fucking shield. Oh my god, I was fucking
I'm gonna live.
dying, like laughing because you know he fucking did it on purpose. Like he wanted
Yeah,
the
he
dog
did
and he
that
wanted his
out.
guns.
Oh yeah.
He did that shit on purpose, but it was so fucking funny. Like, man, I the only thing I really didn't like I felt like Cassandra Nova wasn't fleshed out as much as she should have been.
No, because she's a fucking like crazy ass
Yeah.
character for what she could do.
Yeah. And I do kind of wish that we did get a Magneto cameo. You know, there's some cameos that I wish we would have gotten that we didn't
Same.
get. Ghost Rider would have been fucking great to get. You know, there's so many other characters.
Ghost Rider would have been a good one.
Yeah. I mean, and even have Cassandra or fucking have even Pyro. Pyro could have killed Ghost Rider by fucking taking the flame from him or some shit. You know, it could have just been a CGI fucking Ghost Rider. They didn't have to show Nicolas Cage or
like
anything.
That's a supernatural flame. I don't think Pyro can control it.
It's the void. We don't know.
Yeah, but like, what the hell is Johnny Storm's flame? This is like fucking space matter, isn't it?
Space magic.
Yeah, space magic.
You know,
Oh,
I loved, absolutely fucking loved the van fight scene. I have never laughed so much in a fucking fight scene.
That was a solidly choreographed fight scene.
Yes, dude. And even leading up to it when they're fucking arguing with each other in the van, and he's like, I'm gonna hit you, or I'm gonna fight you now. He's like, oh, are you? Boom, and then fucking hits him, and they just fucking start going at it. Like,
So did you guys look and see who all cameoed as what Deadpool variants in the movie?
No, but I did see when we were watching that they had the greatest show pool.
Yeah, they did. They had the greatest show pool. I know Blake Lively, of course, was Lady Deadpool. His kids were Baby
His
Pool
kids.
and
And
Kid Pool.
Kid Pool,
Matthew McConaughey was Cowboy Pool, and then
Nathan Fillion was Head Pool.
Head Pool, and then somebody from Wrexham, one of the soccer players or something, was
Canada Pool,
yeah.
and Tom Holland's brother was a Deadpool.
Oh shit, nice.
Yeah, what was he?
I can't
Because
remember.
Ryan Reynolds didn't know about it until like after the fact or something like that. I can't remember what he called him. But no, man, they had a fight. I feel like I just need to watch the movie again just for those scenes alone because there's so much shit going on in the foreground and the background. It's ridiculous.
And you know what's
I fully geeked out when the Deadpool core came out and fucking Deadpool 2099 was in the core.
Yeah, fuck yeah, that's
fucking
cool as shit.
awesome.
But what I thought was funny is when they start fighting each other, I didn't really pay attention to it the first time I watched it because I was so fucking excited. But I thought maybe Ryan would fight Blake, but he doesn't. Fucking Hugh goes after fucking Lady Pool and fucking like stabs her out before walking away and going and fighting the next Deadpool.
It was so funny because at the end of the fight, he's sitting there just slaughtering all of them, and I'm like, aren't they all just going to regenerate anyway?
Yeah.
Then Baby Pool starts laughing and points, and they all just start rising back up.
See, I think like, and the way they pace that out, like everybody thinks that because I know I did too. Because you're just like, wait a minute, you're like they can't all be nice pool. No, this movie was it was fantastic, man.
I caught that the first time I watched it, Gene, because when they show Stanley's little cameo that he has, the Stanley steamer on the bus.
Yeah, I missed that the first time.
But what I noticed is when they're doing the shot, it's on the side of the bus facing outward. When Deadpool and Wolverine walk off after Peter Pool shows up, which was fucking.
By the way,
great.
the best Deadpool out of the whole movie.
Peter Pool, yeah. That I told Mel, I'm totally cosplaying. I'm cosplaying as Peter Pool. She's like, "The fuck you are," and I said, "Nope, I'm fucking cosplaying as Peter Pool, big bulge and everything."
That's right.
And but when they're walking away, the sign isn't on the side of the bus, so I guess it's kind of like it's kind of like a fuck up. Like I guess they put that in after the fact, but when they're walking away, you see the side of the bus and there's no sign on the side of the bus.
Is that when they're going to eat shawarma?
No, it's when they're gonna go stop Cassandra.
Oh, okay.
How about the little dig at Rob Liefeld? By the way,
oh, dude,
Liefeld's just feet.
Is that
okay? Rob Liefeld is the creator of Deadpool.
He can't draw feet.
Oh, yeah.
He can't draw feet.
That's right. So actually, there was another person that was big in Ryan Reynolds' life that he was in the movie, but he was cut. But what's his name from Always Sunny? Was actually in the movie.
Shit, was he?
Yeah, so he actually plays he played an agent from the Time variant, and there was like supposed to be a scene between him and Deadpool, and Deadpool fucking him up really bad or something like that. But they cut it, so I'm hoping we get that in deleted scenes when we get.
What we haven't talked about yet is the Wolverine variants they showed.
So
oh my god.
I know Scoobs and I have already talked about this between ourselves, but I want Henry Cavill as Wolverine if Marvel decides to actually re-sign a Wolverine. I say fuck
See,
it.
and
I
I say
wouldn't say
he's
no
too
to that.
big. I mean, I wouldn't say no to it.
He
but
is
he's
huge.
huge. And now, don't get me wrong. I don't want comic accurate Wolverine like we saw.
Oh
we
my
don't
god,
need.
that was so
We
fucking
don't
funny.
need comic Wolverine. We don't need comic accurate Wolverine. But I just feel like Cavill's like way too big. He's way too big to be Wolverine. Like McElhenney, yeah, Rob, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just feel like it was cool to see it, but just like we saw Jim from The Office as Mr. Fantastic, and he would have made, I think, a really fucking awesome Mr. Fantastic. We didn't get him. So I doubt that we get anybody that we saw in a
probably
cameo.
won't. Honestly, Disney probably just re-signed Hugh. They probably just
Oh yeah, till he's
they're
90.
like, you know what? Yeah, exactly.
Till
Like
you're
that's
90.
not even a joke. Ryan Reynolds was literally just telling us, they're like, listen, bro, like this is what it
Yeah, because I don't see them recasting him anytime soon. Especially maybe after Secret Wars.
I'm thinking after Secret Wars, when like we've discussed.
No, it's Deadpool
No?
said until he's 90. Until you're
I
90.
mean, maybe
He said
But,
it a
you
few
know,
times.
Secret Wars will probably be the great reset, as should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has to, and it has to be.
Dude, and how jacked was Hugh Jackman, bro? Like,
That man is 55 and looks like a Greek fucking god.
dude, yes, like, fuck, man.
There wasn't a seat that was dry in that house. Let me just say, man and woman, everybody was wet at that moment.
Dude, how
Everybody
funny
was
it, though, when
everybody was Deadpool at just that shot of him.
Yeah, it
looking
was
at
fucking
abs,
gripping
dude.
the fucking with the abs and shit. Everybody was like,
Like everybody
It was so
looked
fucking
down,
funny.
up, down, and was like, damn. Like, even if you ain't gay, you can still appreciate that
Yep.
shit. Like,
Yep.
all right.
where the fuck did
Oh,
Chad
shit,
Daddy go?
We lost Chad.
What the
Daddy.
fuck?
What the fuck? Yeah, right. Oh, there,
There
he
he
is.
is.
He's back. And you got him.
Yeah, I got him.
Yeah,
Where'd you go, Chad Daddy?
you guys kept freezing. I had to refresh real quick.
Oh, word. But no, man, we had all the solid fucking Wolverine variants. My personal favorite, the old brown and fucking gold suit, which is
Oh, that was so good.
I loved how when he sees him, he's like, "Wait, weren't you fighting the Hulk in this uniform?" And then he just pops the claws, and there's the
Brr.
Hulk.
And he fucking starts quoting Loki, and then fucking just boom gets his fucking ass handed to him.
I am Marvel Jesus.
I personally liked the Age of Apocalypse version.
Dude.
I love
Yes!
that
Age
storyline.
of Apocalypse was one of my favorite fucking storylines in the 90s. And when I
Same.
saw that, I'm telling you, fucking little
he had the
preteen
big
scuba
fuck-
fucking freaked the fuck out.
He had the big feral hair, dude, with
Mhm.
the fucking metal cap. Yeah, he
And
looked badass.
even the Uncanny X-Men 2 was 251, where he's crucified, the crucified Wolverine.
yeah,
I thought it was cool
good old
that they
Smash
used
Man,
the
right?
cover, because that's just
Mhm.
the cover. It's not the actual panels in the
Yes.
comic, because I think that's in Australia or some shit where the comic actually takes place. But for them to use the cover, I thought that was fucking cool as shit. And my thing is, why didn't you just fucking get him off the goddamn shit? You could have just taken
'Cause
him
that was
down.
because that's not the right Wolverine. He just wasn't the right one. Listen, the only one that was game right off the get go was comic accurate size Wolverine.
Yeah, he
Oh,
was.
yeah, he was.
He was.
fucking
He
ready to
hopped
go.
off that fucking stool. Was like, let's do this. But they should have had all the Wolverines come in at the end, like all Wolverine versus Deadpool fight.
That would
'Cause
have
then
been
we
cool.
could have saw all those variants again. That
So
we
Shadow
could have
says-
just seen
Shadow
Go ahead.
says he's confused on how Elektra got into the void. TVA, man. TVA
all the
pruned their
Fox
fucking
movies
time.
got into
Yeah.
Fox movies got into the void.
So
Yeah.
I think,
Daredevil was dead.
because it doesn't really explain, it just says that they were never able to defend it and that the TVA just showed up and pruned them. What I think happened, because it's the Fox timeline, all those timelines were getting pruned by the TVA by Paradox, sending them to end those timelines soon enough. Now, I'm not saying that the characters that we got from each timeline was the
Exact one.
what what was the what was Logan
Anchor being.
anchor being, but maybe they were the anchor beings for those timelines, and them voiding them, that's what ended the Fox universe. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, Elektra did have her own spin-off movie, so that I guess could make sense. And then Blade, obviously, and then Gambit never had his, but should have had.
Which
his,
that was kind of played into some of the jokes too.
Oh,
When
that
Gore
played
said-
into all his jokes.
all the
I'm about
jokes,
to make
dude.
a name for myself.
What do you say? He's like, he's like, I sure as came out ready out my daddy's dick or something like
Oh,
that.
he's
Like,
Oh God!
I didn't know my daddy, but I'm pretty sure I came shooting out his dick when he was
Ready
balls
to-
deep in my mama.
yeah, like something fucking. I was just like, what?
Dude, and his
Ah.
accent was fucking perfect. Like,
See, so many people are shitting on that.
No,
And I don't
fuck-
know why.
fuck that. That is a Cajun fucking
I was like-
accent.
Cajun accents are mushmouth, dude, and I'm
Yeah.
sorry to say that, but that's what the fucking are. Like, Bobby Boo, you
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like, that's fucking
Who's your dialect coach? The Minions?
minions. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but he sounded exactly like that one guy that's on Swamp People. I think his name's Troy or something. Like he sounded
See,
exactly like.
there's a reason Swamp
And
People.
that dude's a true Cajun. But yeah, go
There's a
ahead.
reason Swamp People has captions already in the show.
Yeah.
right? Because you can't fucking understand them. Everything's just mushed together, dude. There's no, they don't pause at all. But other than that, man, movie was fantastic, dude.
Yeah,
Like
it's a blast.
I like Scoop said before, like all the cameos actually kind of make sense.
They're
Probably the only
actually
one that was
important.
the only one that's probably not necessarily important, but I guess it sets it up for the premise of the movie is Happy's in the beginning. But at the same time, that at least shows us Deadpool in that universe, so we know that
He can
cross over.
travel. That he can
right
travel
that
to the
he's
universe.
already
really
been
did-
there.
That really didn't make a whole lot of sense because you're like, well, how would he even know about the Avengers?
Because he's fourth wall break. He knows everything.
Yeah, he knows the fourth wall break.
Fair enough.
I mean, I don't know. How did he take Cable's thing, which was only supposed to go through time, and then he jumped universes?
Well,
instead?
because Yukio fucking they fixed it.
Oh, that's true.
her and
Oh,
her
God.
and
I-
Negasonic Teenage Warhead
Negasonic
fixed it.
I-
in the movie. They're like, "When it
shouldn't have
fucking
done that.
I love Yukio so much.
Hi Wade. Hi Yukio.
See, and just the lines that are thrown out there that you might have like missed, or maybe you didn't the first time, dude. But like, let's say when he's coming home to his birthday party, and they're all like, "Surprise!" He's like, "Oh my god, if this was 6 years
Years
ago,
ago,
you'd
you
all
all
be
would have
dead."
been dead. Yeah.
Like,
Or when he tells Puck, what does he fucking tell? What are you fucking ad libbing?
oh yeah,
Oh.
that and just the whole talk about with Blind Al about all the cocaine that they can't do.
Now here's my question: how the fuck is Shatterstar alive?
Thank you. Why did he bring Shatterstar back out of everybody else from X-Force? That doesn't because
Because
the only person
Shatterstar
he saved at the end
was Peter.
was Peter.
Well, he might have saved all the other ones that we just don't know.
But then
Yeah,
if he
but
did
then-
that, then none
I
of
feel like
nothing would have happened in the movie that we saw, because time travel in their universe works differently than time travel in the Avengers universe.
no, I'm glad I thought that too because I was like, what a weird extra random kid. Because like you think it would have been like Domino or somebody, right?
Yeah,
Because like that would make sense. She didn't die, but I mean, maybe she just didn't like Wade either. I don't know. I also didn't like. I didn't like, but it makes sense of why they made him and Vanessa split in this one, because there is really no place for her in this movie for what this movie is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like all those side characters, like, yeah, it's his directive, but they don't really fit in it as for like the main narrative. So
I wish we would have gotten more Dopinder though.
yeah. No,
because
you-
the popcorn bucket makes no sense with Deadpool on top of the taxi.
Oh, see, the one near our theater was the baby Deadpool in the recliner. And then the popcorn went in the bottom, and then the drink went in the back of the recliner.
I wanted Headpool, but they sold out.
Yeah, I don't know. All in all, man, I was a solid movie. I'm going to be picking up on physical. So
Same.
if you haven't seen it, go watch it. I think it's hit over $1 billion already.
$1 billion globally.
It beat out the entire run of the Marvels within its first 3-day success.
I still haven't watched that.
I haven't either. I have no intention to either.
I
don't
haven't even
care.
seen Miss Marvel, so
I
I
tried
didn't mind
watching.
the show. I didn't
I
mind. it.
tried watching fucking Madam Web, dude, and that was just garbage. But, obviously that's just two different things. So, on that, anything else nerdy we want to talk about before we end this shit? 'Cause-
I got nothing.
All right, we're getting at that point. Go see Deadpool and Wolverine next week. What were we covering again, Chad Daddy?
The Pope's Exorcist.
Pope's Exorcist. That would be a Scuba Steve's pick on the Netflix if you got that. If not, I'm sure you can rent that.
Oh
fucking
shit!
anywhere
So
else.
the Pope's Exorcist reminds me. Russell Crowe's in that. Before Deadpool and Wolverine, they showed a preview for Gladiator 2, and I gotta say that is the most unnecessary sequel ever.
I'll watch it. But
I'm
why
gonna
is Pedro? Why is Pedro Pascal in fucking everything, dude?
Right? Exactly.
I like the guy. I like the dude as an actor, but holy shit, he doesn't need to be in everything.
Shadow, it's Bobby's birthday. Bobby's not here. Meat
I'll take the
Mountain.
happy birthday though, but thank you. It's my birthday. Yeah, so all right. Pope's Exorcist next week. Scuba, sign us out, homie.
As always, I'm your host with the ghost, the prince of the paranormal, the duke of the dead, the ghost daddy himself, Lord Scuba Cabra, saying I'll see you next week for the Pope's Exorcist. Woo.
Yeah, buddy. So this is your Dark Lord of Knowledge, your Chad Daddy, way down yonder in the Chattahoochee, saying, "Join us next week." And I know nothing about this movie, so I can't say anything.
And I am your not so mean fluff Master Supreme saying thank you once again, Gorehounds, for joining us for another fantastic episode of the Gore More podcast. If you haven't followed us on Facebook or YouTube, please do that. We are on Podbean. Give us a follow on there. We're going to get more episodes coming soon. And yeah, other than that, watch nipples, Chad Daddy. All right. Other than that, yeah, Pope's Exorcist next week. Watch it. If you haven't, still join us regardless. Thank you once again. And stay fresh cheese bags.
Chad Daddy Nipples.
Big penis.